Kensurfs here, and another shave video. Well, this is going to be a tribute shave, and I'm going to call it on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Simply because I have a new James Bond autograph there. In fact, let me take this off and give you a closer look. Now I got that autograph to add to the shaved in because I've got Sean's autograph, I've got Roger Moore's autograph, I've got Daniel Craig's autograph. I do not have Timothy Dalton's yet, but I ended up with George Lazenby's. And actually that movie, you know, on Her Majesty's Secret Service wasn't so bad. I watched it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Now, might have been different with Sean Connery as James Bond, but you know, it was all right. In fact, here's a brief preview of the movie.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
The new Bond.
Suppose I were to kill you for a thrill.
The different 007.
This never happened to the other fella.
Now, what I've learned about that opening title sequence is that he actually took a knee. And I was watching the documentary on George Lazenby with the gun barrel scene, and they said they didn't want him to take a knee. They wanted him to do the opening just like Sean Connery did. And he took the knee. And then apparently they got a little pissed off with him, and they kept doing several takes, and he kept goofing off. So ultimately they ended up using the opening sequence where he took the knee. Well, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth a look. Well, today's shave, I'm going to be using my Diego Thermal Scuttle. So I'm going to be using that and the Diego Thermal brush. I've had it soaking. It's synthetic. I've had it soaking there. And I'm going to be using for the shaving cream or the shaving soap, some Taylor of Old Bond Street Grapefruit. Let me make sure I've got that locked in there so it doesn't, that light doesn't bounce around. I'll be using some Preshave, and I used this the other day, and I was so jazzed about how this and that Zaza blade worked that I didn't really talk much about it. But it's a good menthol Preshave. I hear it works really good as a soothing shave balm, and if you've got sunburn afterwards. So it worked. It helped. I should have mentioned more about it. It really helped, and it worked. And the razor today is the 1969, in tribute to the year that movie was released, December of '69. Here is a Gillette Black Beauty, and I'm going to be using it on setting 3 today. And I have that Zaza blade in there. So this is the second time using that blade. So I will be setting all of that up right now. Oh, and for the aftershave, I'm going to use the Gillette. I haven't tried this yet, so I think that's about the only thing I haven't tried here today. But I'm going to do that. I was going to use some Barbasol shave cream. Turns out I have the Barbasol pre-shave soap, and I have the Barbasol aftershave balm, but I don't have any of the Barbasol shave cream. So I'm going to do that in an upcoming video. So let me get this set up. We'll be right back. All right. I always need a minute between takes so I can get everything set up on here. And I went to the dermatologist today, and as you can tell, he burned me in 2 spots here, getting rid of some suspicious freckles or suspicious things. So I'll be avoiding shaving right there. Better safe than sorry, gents, I'm telling you. Wear sunscreen. You don't want to get skin cancer. All right. Now the prep helped. Like I said, I was so jazzed that the blade and the prep worked real good that I didn't take time to talk about it. I might even use this, they say, on sunburn. So a lot of uses for that. All right. get the Taylor of Old Bond Street. I'm going to take some out, put it into this bowl here. There we go. Got a little bit of water in that bowl already. So this should definitely lather up good. All right. Getting it going in the skull. And there it goes. It's like that science experiment. You know, it just starts to erupt over the top. You got that volcano that you had to make when you were in school. I can never get mine to work. Man, Taylor of Old Bond Street lathers great. I probably should have used an English blade with that on this shave, but somebody had asked about the Zazas, and I didn't talk a lot about them either, but a very mild razor, very mild blade rather. It worked fantastic. And if you can't see, or if you've never used Taylor of Old Bond Street soap, look at it. This stuff works great. Absolutely great. All right. Let's see how we do. Ah, they burnt me there too. So I'm gonna go down. I got burned on both sides of my face. It's like I'm growing sideburns again. I was just there about 3 weeks ago. Maybe 4. He got me good then too. Looks like I got punched in the face for a few days when it's healing. I found something out. If some of you are trying to leave comments, I guess there's a folder. First of all, when I read my video or read the comments and answer them, I'm usually doing it on my iPhone. So I don't actually get to log into YouTube and take a look. But there's actually a folder in there called Likely Spam. And that's if they suspect a comment might be spam, they put it into that folder. And I actually logged into YouTube for the first time today on the desktop. And there were 22 likely spams in this folder. And actually, about 11 of them were spam. It was just, go to my website. And they were selling some kind of shampoo or something. So 11 of them were the identical spam. And then there were a few others. Well, what I found in there, that I watch a lot of wet shaving channels. And there's guys out there who are just fantastic. They've been doing it for years and years. I mean, Nick Shaves, you know, Paul H., what was it, I Lather, used to be the traditional shaving evangelist, Geo Fatboy, tons of them. Well, there was a comment in there from Chris, I Lather, and it was kind of an off comment. It was, you know, I didn't suspect it was real. Well, turns out it wasn't real. I ended up talking to my friend Abraham, and he tells me that Chris's account had been hacked, and people were posing as him, leaving, you know, pretty bad comments on other wet shavers' videos to try to piss people off against him. Well, I actually talked to Chris today, and he said it's been going on for about a month. And I was relieved, because that guy's channel is awesome. If it wasn't for that guy's channel, I would not have tried out the small batch shave tonic from Derby City Chop Shop. I saw his video, and I thought, man, I got to try that out. Well, I thought the guy was pissed off at me, leaving funny comments, and it turns out he had been hacked. I didn't know people were doing that. So if you haven't checked out I Lather, formerly the traditional shaving evangelist, it's a good channel. Check it out. I don't know if people did that, to be honest. Posing as other people, leaving comments. So if you guys who have the wet shaving channels are receiving some weird comments, they might not always be legit. I found that out today. So I deleted the comment. I'm going to set that again, right? Oh, come on. Right there. There. auto exposure lock on my forehead. It's picking up this shaving soap. Now, this is the second use of the blade. I'll try to stay focused. It's a very mild blade. The shave soap's excellent. I'm looking for blood in the foam. There's none, so I haven't nicked myself yet. And the Preshave, excellent. Some people asked, with these adjustables, why don't I change the setting on the different passes? And the answer is quite scientific. I'm lazy. But a lot of people change the setting depending on the pass they're doing to get a closer shave. And if I was using this razor every day, it's my only razor, I would have that down to an art on what setting to use. But I found out that setting 3 works really good for me. Now that is super good shave. That blade worked good. Zaza blade, it worked good. Very mild, didn't cut me. And this razor can tend to be aggressive. I was actually going to use it in the Mercure 34G today, but I'm going to save that for another shave. And I will be doing a Roger Moore tribute, a real tribute. I mean, Sir Roger Moore. You know, I will be doing a tribute shave to him using the same razor he used in Live and Let Die, but it just hasn't arrived yet. Now, have you guys never been to the dermatologist? Never had any skin issues? They have this gun. Looks like an aerosol can. And it sprays out liquid nitrogen at whatever temperature below 0. And that crap is so cold it actually burns the skin, and it burns you real well. So it burns away any precancerous cells, and it burns like a son of a bitch for about a half an hour after you leave that place. You're feeling it. So I am not looking forward to putting this onto a burn, but you know, hopefully I can avoid that. You can see where, you know, it's starting to swell up. It'll blister later. All right. Now the aftershave kind of has that, you know, like the Menon and the skin bracer. It has the old school smell. It's not like a menthol or, oh, good. I feel the burn there, but I don't feel it on my cheek. Yeah, I can't really put my finger on the smell. It's very nice, like an old school aftershave. But it's got a nice burn. And it smells really well. And somebody had also asked me, do I have the platinum here? Nope, I've got it somewhere. So many bottles of, oh, here it is. Bottles of fine around. But the platinum smells like that Creed, Aventus. And that Creed is like $200 a bottle. And I asked the difference. Technically Brilliant, one of the gentlemen who is a subscriber, he actually owns a bottle of the real deal. He paid £250 for 120 milliliters. And he says the difference between the fine and the real deal Creed is that the real deal lasts about 10 hours. He says it smells strong for about 10 hours and it attracts the ladies. And his comments are pretty funny. If you ever see his comments in here, he says sometimes it attracts the large ladies and sometimes it attracts the good ladies. Just kind of a funny guy. But I guess, you know, it's a long-lasting, potent, the real deal is. And yeah, I think I will go into one of the stores that sell that and, you know, see if they got a sample sprayer and try it out. But man, I can't afford that. And I don't think my wife would ever buy me that. All right. Well, there you have it. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Good movie. George Lazenby autograph. If you get a chance, if you haven't seen it, take a look. I'm going to get those 10-year-old kids saying I talk too much. So with that, you guys have a terrific night. Look forward to seeing you next time. It's Kensurfs saying good night for now.